So good evening, you guys who are just joining us. This is the Sunday Prep. We're going to go ahead and go over the economic calendar first, Monday, and I'm going to kind of narrate what I'm seeing going forward, how we're supposed to interpret this, I suppose. So Monday is going to be all about Tuesday, and what I mean by that is everybody's going to be focused on Tuesday. We've got Fed Chair Powell speaking, Yellen speaking, Bowman speaking. This is all happening at 10 o'clock. So I believe Monday we'll probably get okay, yeah, Romeo, just shoot me a DM or send me a friend request. But that's how I'm interpreting this. Tuesday, we should be looking for some serious momentum. Monday, we're going to be looking at whether or not the market wants to move in the direction that they could, or that they're anticipating Powell's going to push us forward into. So Wednesday, he's speaking again, same time. This is, of course, I think could actually bring a little bit of flatness as we await core CPI, and pre-market data. This will be fun to swing into. So I think we got plenty of data this week, all the way until Friday. That'll kind of help fuel the markets, give us that momentum. Earnings, boring this week. Helen of Troy, boring. I don't know any of these companies. WD-40, one of my favorites though. Ass, right there. That's my favorite one right there. We'll chart that up here a little bit later. It's got to be on there. All right, I'm getting kicked off the internet. All right, Delta and PepsiCo are two notable names, and I believe after this Friday we'll be kicking off earnings, going back into earnings. So, excuse me. Yeah, looking at all right, so moving on. Never trade earnings announcement, son. You don't know me. All right, so anyway, you can tap into the system. The market is mechanical. I don't even look at the news, and half the time news comes into the setups that I'm looking at because that's just how it works. The market is mechanical. News is bullshit. Indicators are bullshit. Flow is bullshit. It's all mechanical. That's what our focus is on. You can't change my mind because I made $50,000 on these two candlesticks here. So we're Gucci, and a lot of other people in the Discord too as well. So my watch list this week, yeah, you guessed it, we're watching Tesla. I think we could see a pullback, seeing as we did end up closing up against, and not directly on top of, but up against, I guess you could say on top of, but right at that 250 mark, right? So we're going to kind of interpret this as being directly at the first green candle to our left. That is 251.34. This gives us empty space to potentially fall down below. The good thing about this setup is that we are building some sense of structure, which lets me know that it's probable that we will be seeing a leg back up. But the way I'm looking at this is that I want Tesla to build this box like so, maybe even fake us out, come back down, retest this top right here at 239.36, and give us a solid punchback play into the 300s. Meta's also on the watch list. This one just ripped ass. I was making too much money on Tesla to catch it, but we could be looking for a retest off the top here around 531. It is an all-time highs. I have a couple of other stocks on the watch list. SQ's been on the watch list. This one started to move towards the end of the day. We're swinging this one into this week, or over the weekend into Monday. 66, 77, and $69 are my two targets there. Followed by 71.50 if this works out the right way. We need that momentum moving into SQ. So there's going to be a couple of other stocks sprinkled in there, but I'm going to go ahead and take y'all's request. If you guys have anything that you would like me to take a look at, we're going to try and look at these things on the weekly, the 24-hour. I'm going to try and move through these things quickly. You guys can go back and watch. If I can, I know I move really fast, and I have a lot of people tell me that. This is all recorded, so you can look at it later on and ask me questions. What the fuck did you mean by that, sir? All right, so the first one that I just saw here, because we just got 30, is Chewy. Now, this one was caught by one of my members. Absolutely smoked. She's Tibbles inside of the Discord caught the $5 or $4 contracts all the way to like $300 or $400. Absolutely redonkulous. Now, it does have empty space underneath it. I already have this one charted out for you on the 24-hour time frame, and I haven't looked at it since I did chart it. And as per usual, we're coming back to looking at this structure. Again, the market is mechanical. So we're again attempting to bounce off of the structure underneath us and find something to reclaim. We're a little bit short on green candle closes. We do have this floor here at 24.88. So I would take that in consideration, but I'd be really, really concerned about 25.50 breaking. If that breaks, I'd be moving down here to the 4 hour where you do have a downtrend-ish setup, and you're going to want to go ahead and move outside of the current area of consolidation. You're in 25.55. You can see it right there. It's going to need juice. It's going to need momentum in order to move through this structureless. Anytime you see something like this where there's no structure, you need momentum, you need volume. So this one looks good coming off the bounce, but it needs to pick up at that volume, and it does need to reclaim and break over 25.50 and 26.24. I'd be looking at the upside for sure. AMD, another stock that I'm actually, this one is on the watch list. Why? Because it did trigger a punchback. Now, I've talked about this one for a couple weeks in a row, and goddamn, I mean, if this isn't a perfect fucking example of why I teach what I teach and why we talk about waves, right? The 1, 2, 3 thing, but most importantly, 1, 2, 3. How do you approach, right? It's all about the landing or all about the takeoff. And in this case, we have a beautiful wall at that 166.33. You can see multiple taps off of it. This is also the 50% mark within this area of consolidation. I'm not on the 24. What am I, a psychopath? Here we go. So 1, 2, and you do not reject. You do not see a red candle come after this. And so buyers are able to push you through. So obviously our next move is directly over Friday's wick. That's 173.30. So what does that mean? That means that you should be looking down on a lower time frame because your next target up above is simple, guys. This is not rocket science. It's the first green candle to my left right here at 177.16, and then you have a median cost basis at the psychological number of 180.75. Everybody clear on that one? That one's a pretty solid target. If it breaks past that, I think we could be looking at an AMD moving into the highs. But I do have a downtrend here and a target of around 196 for us to break a projected downtrend. It's not a true downtrend. It's only a projection. All right. Anyway, moving forward. MU, I'm just going off the first one that I see. So spam the comments. I don't care, guys. Do what you got to do. MU in a really precarious place. All right. Now you could look at other semiconductors as a guide here, but you have a floor. The first green candle to your left in the most recent price action is 140.21. You were unable to even go and grab that floor, and you created a box with the top at 137 and a bottom at 130.79. You've got two bounces off of 127.37, and I would actually bring this box down because you do have about two bounces off the same mark. So look for a break of 127.66. You're going to have two levels to watch for here. One is 125.09 right there. And another one is going to be this structure / wick at 121. So it does look like it's wanting to come back down. I'll be honest with you. Roku. Now this one was, I actually threw $150 into this shit and came out with $1,500. Didn't even see it happen, but this has a fucking amazing setup. Everybody, this should be on everybody's watch list. If you have a little bit of loot to throw in, where's my handy dandy motherfucking notebook right here? Yuck. Hey, did you take my notebook, Shouty? Did you take my notebook? My notebook? Like that looks like this. You have a tail. It's all right. It's all right. I mean, I do need it. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get it. Hold on. Hey, will you can't hear me. You can't hear me? Give my wife a baby? What? That's the weirdest comment I think I've read in a long time. Yeah. All right. Anyway, Roku. By the way, I'm writing with a feather. Look at this shit. Is this not lore accurate? Wingardium Leviosa. All right. So Roku has a. Oh my god, this is so stupid. 6435 and 6650. These are two breakpoints. So write that down, right? So write it with me. We're gonna write together. Yay! 6415 slash 6450. I think. Get out of that chicken box, dork. What are you doing in there? And then empty space. I have a target of 7430. I think this could be a crazy profitable play with low risk and high reward. So I like it. Yeah. Oh, is it really? Oh, sure it is. All right. Roku. So I would recommend if you are charting anything, you should probably set alerts on some things. I would even recommend going down into this lower time frame where we have a box building, right? Ooh, 62. So we can take a lower time frame entry right here. 62.93, 62.91. That's where that structure breaks. Hopefully it comes back down first, but I mean that's also a possibility. But yeah, this looks pretty legit. Let's see if there's a hourly uptrend here. There is. So I think it would be a beautiful, beautiful thing for us on Monday to drop, build, and punch through. I like that a lot. All we need is chickens and a break of range. Yes, 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 yes. All right. My Discord link does not work. Listen, man, I don't know how or why. I just replaced that Discord link. So I would if you can't find my Discord is called Simple Stacks Investments. You can find that. You can literally just search Discord Simple Stacks Investments, and you'll find it. I'm in a discoverable server, so you can find me that way, or you can go to simplestacksinvestments.com, and there should be a link there as well. So right now your target is 2750 on PLTR. 2750 is the nearest wick. You broke out, and so there is a retest level at 2675 on PLTR. I think this is also one where we should be looking out on the weekly because you need to be looking for bigger targets beyond the current ones, which is 2877. And I like PLTR all the way to $32. What's better, day or swing trading? Probably swing trading for the majority. I think most people could make more money sooner than trying to go through the ups and downs that day trading requires of you. Personally, from my experience as a teacher, one of my favorite students just made almost 50 grand on a swing trade on what? Hey, Ellie. Hold on. I'm dad's alone right now, so I'm having to parent children. 1 second. A lot of shit going on? Nah, ain't, nobody's in trouble. They just need guidance. That's what I'm here for. Man, this shit's kind of delicious. All right. Anyway, um, he never finished talking about his students. Yeah. I'll this is actually one of the most, and Coors, if you're on here right now, my apologies, dude, but this is one of the most meaningful, I mean, just as far as like having a purpose outside of trading fucking a screen and money and stuff like that. Yeah, I was pretty pleased with this. Hold on a second. Yeah, if you guys are looking at the landscape mode, 43 grand. And he said it was this is probably one of the most meaningful messages I've ever gotten. I've gotten a lot of messages that are really meaningful, but he just said he went from buying a camera for his wife for Christmas to now he's supporting his family. And he doesn't hardly ask me anything. You know what I mean? Like he's on his own. He just kind of follows along here and there. But and there's people inside of the Discord here, and they've also seen, you know, similar success in a way. So, all right. Anyway, keep it moving. All right. So, what is the best year in profit I've ever had? I typically don't talk about my yearly numbers, but it was over 700. So, Sun. I think I'm gonna beat it this year though. Sun's got a weekly, it is up against a weekly wall right now. Right here. Nice area of consolidation. You are directly up against resistance. Oh my God, this one actually has beautiful empty space right here. That's what you want. So if you are watching Sun run over 57.50, those weekly wicks right there, 57.50. Beautiful. Yep, that's what you want. Oh, you can't see it? My bad. Beautiful setup. Beautiful setup. Seriously. Yeah, you guys should have seen the gains page this last week. Absolutely absurd. I'm pretty sure it was well over $1 million altogether, but all right. Yeah, Sunrun is up against resistance. You are currently at what I would describe as the precipice, which is essentially where you would fall off a cliff, or where the uptrend would no longer exist. And this is that uptrend right here. So as long as you can maintain 53.77 on a pullback, I think you're okay. But I will say it's worth waiting for that 57.44 to break. Straightforward empty space to $60. Did you destroy Meta? No, I did not destroy Meta. I destroyed Tesla, and I'm going to be focusing on the small account this week. Again, trying to focus on it, but there's been so many amazing setups that I've just taken them on my regular account. But I am going to try and build that small account, try and get up to like 20 or 30 grand. All right. I learned the day trade basics. Can I transfer that knowledge over to swing trading? With my system, yes. I don't know about anybody else's system. All right, so let's keep it moving, guys. Sunrun looks good. SQ, I do like SQ. This one is on the watch list. It has a weekly bounce. Now, I took this one. I don't know if anybody took this with me with a longer expiration. I am in SQ. All right, I'm in SQ. I'm looking for $70 easy. But let's take a look here. Empty space. This is all I fucking preach. You guys know this. Empty space. There's no boxes. Your first target outside of this one itty bitty motherfucking red line is right here. That's 66.82 target. 69.01, 69.50, and cost basis of 71.41. Can't find your Discord. Can you share the invite on the screen? I don't know if that'll work. Again, I'll show you guys really quick. You can do simple stacks. There's the simple stacks Discord. Oops, right there. Simple stacks investments. That's me. And join simple stacks invert right there. So if you want to join the Discord, Google it. It's one Google away. How many days out on SQ? 2 to 3 weeks. If you're going to be looking to enter this one, I think 2 weeks would probably be a solid setup, and then I will add weeklies over. Listen, and this is important. This is going to be a lesson that I incorporate, and I'm formulating it now. There is a it is free to join, but it's not free to trade with us. I trade live here on TikTok every once in a while, though. Over 66.85 if it's Monday, weeklies, Tuesday, weeklies, Wednesdays, weeklies. So while I might have longer expirations over that 6684 weeklies, why? Empty space. How do we move through empty space? The same way that we typically create that empty space, quickly. This allows me, this is the unique, okay, so like this is where when people ask me, how do I pick a contract? If we're building, right, where I took the contract, I add a couple weeks because the triggers up above me have not fired. We're not in that empty space. If we're moving into empty space, it then becomes more advantageous for me to try to find a shorter expiration contract, knowing that we move quicker through empty space than anywhere else. Okay, so all right, so that's SQ, PayPal. Keep dropping those requests. How can I buy stocks on the London Exchange here in the U.S.? Interactive Brokers is your jam, my boy. All right, so we've got a PayPal downtrend on the 24-hour, beautifully set up, empty space up above you. All right, I'm gonna say it. This has a good setup if, and this is a big if it can do one thing. And I'm sure a lot of you on the Discord could probably answer this question. But this break, oh my God, I love this system, bro. I love this system because it's not, you don't have to bullshit like, oh, the 9-day moving average is looking good and the MACD is kind of powering up, so I think it could be, no. It is a mechanical 60.85. You are at cost basis. Friday's high, 60.24 and or 60.81 candle close 24-hour time frame. You will then have recaptured the floor that you've lost, which is where sellers have tried to keep you from reclaiming. And so if you can pop up in there, I'm expecting a move to 64.30. And I mean, if this is something that really comes up to break, I want you guys to take a look at what I'm cooking up here. 1, 2, we're at 3, 4. Reclaim. And we're going to try and move through this box up above us. That is a absolute 120% beautiful break point. And then you have a straightforward resistance at 76.50. I did do Tesla. This is being recorded, so I can trade locks, London time zone or London stocks on. I don't think so. I don't know about Weeble, brother. RDW, Redwire Corporation, newer stock. All right, straightforward, plain and simple, because I'm not really loving the box. $8 is your current target. And breakpoint leading you to the 9:30 target. These are two horizontal targets. 24-hour time frame. You've got good structure underneath you. Looks a little bit like that. And you're retesting it as of right now with your own separate box. So I'd be looking for a break over that 722. You're bouncing off of it right now. So 668 being that floor underneath you right now. It says you're about to go bankrupt. Don't know, dude. Don't look into any of that stuff. All right, SPY. So this is where I unfortunately cannot help. We could use fibs. Some people use Cameron pivots or something like that, but this is all-time highs. This is where I am either A, using lower time frame structure to get in and out of my trades, and I'm also basically putting down some red lines, right? Where do we not want to go? Right now for SPY, we know 550.37 is absolutely where we would likely retest. So if there is any sort of pullback, but if I'm going to see that pullback, it's going to be found on a lower time frame. I'm going to have to locate that structure. And that structure is, I believe, right here. So right now we're going to avoid losing 551.30, and we're looking for a break. And I have to go all the way down to the 15-minute to establish where this break point could be. Obviously, futures being a variable there. So I would be playing, if anybody here is playing SPY, you're going to be able to navigate this best on the 15-minute time frame, where I see a 553.50 pullback and bounce to hopefully give you a reclaim. So this should look something like this, right? If we're going to go and continue making new highs. You also have a larger and more reliable structure underneath that would give you probably a better volume bounce. My broker gave me a double withdrawal, so it gave you two more money. When you look for empty space, can you elaborate? Yes. So we'll use Roku as an example. The reason and the for the reason that we even made 600, I mean, if you guys look at the gains inside of my Discord, AMD 819%, 1300%. We've got 766% on Google. We've got, hold on. Dude, I cleared about 15% on Tesla. Yeah, there's a lot of people in the Discord who had some insane gains. The reason and where we look for those gains is in areas that look just like this. So if you guys are watching right now, this is an important moment, if you will, for you guys to pay attention to. This right here is going to change a lot of people's tradings. 24-hour time frame. Down here at the bottom where it says extended hours trading, make sure it says ETH. Once you have that, you're looking for a breakover structure into something that looks like this. This is the exact reason that we were looking at this box right here for a break. It opened outside of that, and Tesla does not have any real structure until here. And that's the 431.40. Look where that candle closes. Candle opens up above it, right? And then we look up above us, there's more empty space right here. And we look for areas of so if it is not a box, if it is not moving sideways, it's typically empty space. Sideways, not empty space, right? Falling fast or popping up fast. So underneath us on Tesla, empty space. And when you have empty space underneath you, you have to keep your fucking foot on the gas pedal. So, want to swing PayPal with me? I'm in SQ right now, but PayPal does look good. All right, let's keep looking up. Drop your request here. UPS. Woo, shit. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, I'm sure those of you on the Discord, I think that some of my members in the Discord could be better Furu. Like, straight up, I think they could start their own Discords and create profitable traders better than most of these dorks could. But I've had a couple people in the Discord point this out to me. I've had it charted here for a minute, but this has a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, set of empty space underneath it. And it has one dynamic that I really fucking love to see. And we love it here. That is the simple 1, 2, and 3. This is a maxed out box. 1, 2, 3 top, 1, 2, 3 bottom. It's ready. It is ready. It is ready to break. It's ready to move. You guys okay? Hey. You okay? Okay. I'll be there in just a little bit, okay? Okay. All right. All right. I want you guys to go be nice, play with each other, or play. I'll be done in just a little bit, okay? Thank you guys for behaving. If you're interested in trading in our Discord, by the way, you can shoot me a DM on Discord once you join if you have any questions on how to do that. I like a bounce for UPS and a break over 139.68, a move to 142.24, possible retest past that, and a move straight up to 146. If that breaks, then we got to start looking out at the bigger picture, and I believe in a thing called love. Oh, sorry. I believe this is the channel that we're looking at. So if anything, we could be looking at a straightforward target of around 162 right here. I like that a lot. Hold on a second. I got some fucking weird mute. There we go. Trapping in Japan. All right. Sorry, kind of slipped out there. Message to you on Discord. Don't forget about me. I won't forget about you, bro. I see you. Are you the one with the SpongeBob picture and that has a gun? Are you SpongeBob with a gun? Okay, cool. MTN. All right, speed run here. We're gonna try and catch up on some of these requests. Oh shit. I've never seen this one before, but I can tell you really quickly, it has good structure up above you. It has good areas of empty space in between those structures. Woo! Low liquidity, so you're gonna have to be. This is one where I would definitely be looking at longer expirations. Oh, there we go. Woo! That's a big box. That's a big box. Woo! Yes, sir. Okay, so 163.84 is your bounce point. 24-hour time frame says you're bouncing. So a punch over 179.50 and a break over 182.50, and you should be looking for a reclaim. I think the most important trigger here is 198, highlighting that empty motherfucker. Come here. Empty space right there. All right. Anyway, what's my thinking on prop firms? Prop firms are designed so that you lose. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to say anything bad except for they suck ball. They prey upon every trader's weakness and like the mistakes that you could probably, I don't know, that you could probably fade on your regular account or move past on your regular account are impossible to move past with a prop firm. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. I use real money and it works well. All right. Twist. Oh, bioscience. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Okay, so you are currently fighting a main or major resistance of around $54. I think this is really, really clear. I can also see that anytime you break structure, that structure is like a sand trap. You don't want to fall back underneath it. And you can see that price is avoiding that candle close underneath it while also giving you a rejection off of 51.31. So you're stuck in the middle. So the way that I'd be interpreting this is just A, you have not seen a major rejection off of 53. You do, however, have empty space above you. So this could make for an interesting play as long as you've got patience right there. So all the way from that $54 mark up to $80.45 could be a reasonable target. And then you have another area of consolidation right here. This would serve as a Potter box and empty space ending at 111.50. So there's a good setup here. You're going to get rich with those boxes? Absolutely. I'm absolutely going to get rich off these boxes. Getting rich off these boxes, including everybody else in my Discord. If you'd like, I could show you. You know what's beautiful, dude, is I had a moment on my fucking porch this weekend because I used to say my goal is to create independent traders. That's exactly what the fuck I've done. There are people right now that if I leave, they can trade without me. And my goal is for people, they don't even need my Discord. What compound word, I guess, if you want to look at it. Sure. Yeah. Baba. FedEx. We'll look at that one in a minute. Baba has empty space. It's sitting on cost basis right now. You're looking for a break over that $78. So for our 24-hour time frame, I think it's really easy to see structure start to take place on this one. So you've got a little channel here forming. I do see a pop on this one, especially sitting where you're at. This level right here, and that's $78, It's 78.60, 78.65, and I believe that we'll see a nice pop out of BABA and a move back outside of this box. Otherwise, if we lose that 71.81, we're back down to 68.30, and I think we look at a new low. What the Discord is Simple Stacks Investments. Right there, just Google it. Cute. I did look at PLTR. That one will be on the recording. All right, what do we got next? Siri, drop your requests. Keep dropping them, guys. I'm making my way through. Now, I wasn't able to catch this one. This one ran with Tesla in a way. Didn't run with it, literally, but I did give out the 310 trigger. So my strategy, if you guys are new here, I'm looking at one simple phenomenon. And also what you are also looking at is a good example of how you move through empty space. What's above you? Nothing. What's this? Structure. If we find structure, we use a box, we split the box in half. The 50% mark is where the volume within that area of consolidation is concentrated. If that candle is closed above it, you push sellers out. That's what initiates certain squeezes. And this is why we got that beautiful move through empty space. So as of right now, you need to look at what did you tap, right? I'm willing to bet that it's the 50% mark within this area of consolidation right here. If I could draw the box. I'm right. Yes. So that is a small area of consolidation, but a consolidation 50% mark nonetheless. That's 415, more empty space up above you, but you also have empty space below you as well. So you have to move down into a lower time frame where it looks like they're ripping up liquidity right now, bouncing you off of structures underneath you. So this one's going to be a tough one to trade. I'd be looking for some sense of trend to form before I took a position. So structure, the Potter box, anything that's moving sideways is consolidation. Now, this is also another trade that the trigger was given beautifully. We have the top of the box here, candle close, guys. We don't give a fuck about wicks. It's candle closes, 217.11. But you had a box right there, 50% break. If the 50% mark of any box is broken, you are promised a new high. If you don't believe me, go look at your chart. Go find boxes. Go look what happens when the 50% mark is punched through them. Right here, right? 50%, we see resistance at that high volume mark of 215. It breaks and we get a squeeze-like move into empty space or all-time highs. So, yeah, when we move into all-time highs, it gets a little bit tougher, yeah. Yo, if you guys all can tap your screen, I would appreciate that very much. Runts, I love Roku. Roku looks great. This one's also in the recording. You can look back at that one. All right, so I see Hood. ROM. Okay, Hood is an easy analysis. Over. Guys, this one is really, really simple to me. A break over 23.15. You got a beautiful bounce off of 21.71. Look for 23.15. That would be my entry and stop loss. We do not want to take any losses on these entries, so we use a mechanical entry, and then there's our mechanical exit. So break over 23.19, and we're looking for a straight shot out. I still have a beautiful channel set up on this one. I've still got a target of $27 on Hood. I saw AVG or ROM. Okay. Pro shares, okay. Weekly, this one's going to be low on liquidity or volume. So this is also another one that's moving at all-time highs. We're going to use the structure underneath us. You can see us coming back to retest that area, just like that. Yeah, so this one's going to be a little bit tougher to break down for you just because it doesn't really have good structure. Not that it's impossible, but it's something I'd have to go down onto a lower time frame to kind of chop up. And so right here, I'd say with Romeo, that's the top of your box. This is 71.77. You also have 69.97. If that is broken, you do not have structure until you move all the way back down to $65. So there's a potential leg down there. But unfortunately, this does not have a lot of volume in it. So it's a lot tougher to find solid boxes that look like this. And I don't see that here. So that's going to be a little bit tougher. Hollow. I would be looking at the short volume on this one before I move anywhere or move forward on anything. You are in a box. I don't like stocks that move like this, shit liquidity, but it does look like at some point you will see a break into this empty space. You have a secondary resistance coming off of these multiple wicks at 120. So you're at the floor now. You need a bounce. If you don't, you're going to fall more. If you do bounce, then you're looking for a break over that 107 and 123. Fifi. This one's slightly charted. It did reclaim the floor, rejected cost basis right there. Again, the 50% mark was not broken, so we are not promised a new high. We've come back down to retest the floor underneath us. That's 38 cents, and you have to hold this. You've gotten a small bounce off of it, and you did not really respond well. So now you're looking south towards that 19-cent mark to hopefully come back down, retest, and then try again. Now, I will say, Faraday does leave, or whatever the fuck this is called, does have a target of 109. I do think this does squeeze again. I think what you are looking at is a channel, but that channel has not really formed fully. So we'll see what that looks like on later on. Thank you for the gifts. Yuck. What would be my target for Apple? Apple's target is 230 right now. I already did that one. All right, BA. Now this one's a bitch. It's honestly, it's a very mechanical stock. It's hilarious because when people think there's bad news, they immediately short it and they immediately become liquidity for shorts who are driving the price down overall. Now it does carry an uptrend, right? At least on this lower time frame, we've got a really, really beautiful channel. And what this looks like to me, if you look, guys, this is where we get specific, right? Look where it's tapping. It's tapping on this area where you go sideways. So we'll move down to a 4-hour, and the fucking analysis reveals itself. And it's the same that you'll find on any other chart because the market is mechanical and it's not something that you have to guess at. It's something that you have to wait for certain triggers to respond. So as we can see, there's our floor. There's our taps letting us know this is in fact 189 and 190 that has to be recovered and get a 4-hour candle close on before we see any movement to the upside. As of right now, that doesn't look like it's going to be super easy, but we do have a lower time frame trigger on the hourly and a break point of 186.35. So this box of 186.45 on the hourly should give you a move to 189 and give you that break. All right, TXRH, Texas Roadhouse. I do like steaks. Interesting. So this one punched down. So if we kind of rewind this just really quickly, if you look at this, this is a Potter box, right? And the same thing is true to the downside. If you punch through the 50% mark, you'll make a new low. Well, you did. You made a new low, you tapped off of something, and then you moved up to recover. You're now sitting back on that floor, so it is up to Texas Roadhouse right now to bounce again. If it does not, you can be sure that this thing will be legging down. And I believe you have a solid target of 160.145. But at the same time, I would make sure that I get a good solid candle close before whopping into that shit. Because right now, it looks like you could get a break over 170 and get a good move to the upside off of that. All right, we're making our way, guys. I'm moving pretty quickly here, I think. And again, you can go and watch this analysis back a little bit later on. So this was another really fucking fire trade that we had the other week, and we didn't hardly even talk about it because we had Tesla going absolutely bonkers, paying people yearly salaries in a week or in a day. So we look at the top of the nearest red candle to our left, and what did we wick off of? Like clockwork, the 20, guys, if you're brand new here, you've never seen my channel, if there's one thing that you take away from this shit, the 24-hour time frame with extended data. I'll give you a brief example, then go right back to it. I traded Mara a while ago, and if you put $1,000 into this setup and held for a day and a half, you would have had over $37,000. I look for one thing, and this is how we get these insane gains. We look for to put a little bit of money forward to get a lot. We're looking for empty space just like this, and we're looking for a box. You can see the box, the 50% mark broken, and that entire space filled up. But I want to show you guys something. If you're new here, watch what happens when I take away that after hours data. All of a sudden, I'm looking at a different market, a harder market to respond to, where I don't have something that I can set a solid stop loss on. That's my stop loss, right? As we leave that structure, stop loss, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Not so beautiful. What's in the fucking box? So anyway, if you guys are following me and you do anything, you don't have to pay for shit. There's a lot of information on my YouTube channel. You're going to find that this is going to be one of the most important things that you take away from my channel. Empty space, after hours data. Take me back. All right. So anyway, with that being said, we can start looking at a few things here on NVIDIA. NVIDIA is basically fucking all consolidated up. As of right now, and a lot of people would call this a descending triangle, I don't give a fuck about patterns. I don't listen to them. If they give me a bias, it's too much. So you've got a rejection off of the top. This is going to go ahead and count as 1. This is going to go ahead and count as 2. This is going to count as 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to move back down to the 4-hour, and we're going to try and chop this up and figure out what the fuck needs to happen for NVIDIA to go up or NVIDIA to go down. So we now have a box underneath us and a retest level of 124.25. So as of right now, we are looking at a mechanical, again, if we're bullish, a bounce, and then we're going to move back up to try and recover 127. Now, I know a lot of people who are new here can't see this, but right there is going to be a floor of a box. So let's move down to the lower time frame. Bingo, there it is. So there's the box that I was just referring to. Now we don't have to worry about where NVIDIA goes up or what happens. We just have to wait for one thing to happen, and that's for a bounce down below, or B, a recovery of floor A. Cost basis promising us a new high over 127.66 with a stop loss being set as we break on 128.50. Stockfather says $75 on NVIDIA. Sheesh. Listen, I'll fucking bet on me every single time. All right. So anyway, NVIDIA does look good. And you know what it does? When I see this, I see empty space. To me, this just promises me that we're going to see volatility. I see NVIDIA coming down. I see it bouncing off of 123.35 or 124. One of these two levels. I would bank on 123.35, and then I think you're going to get a gnarly fucking bounce. And that bounce is going to take you directly back up to 165. So scalpers can eat, day traders can eat, swing traders could potentially eat off of this setup, because right now we're looking for one simple level to break on NVIDIA, and that's 130. And so hopefully what this will do is give us that move through the box up to 130 and a clean break. And guys, there's a huge play waiting on NVIDIA. There's only a box and there's only empty space. This is my next big play that I'm looking at on NVIDIA. I'm going to make a, listen, you guys remember when I told you I was going to make, I don't have a drop shipping Discord. Remember when I told you guys I was going to make a fucking bag on Tesla and then we just made yearly salaries? This is another one of these opportunities. Now, we might not get the same returns, like maybe we do. I think there's a 500 to a 700% return in this box. So I think NVIDIA is definitely one that needs to be watched this week. And I'm writing this all down, guys. So Roku, NVIDIA, SQ are kind of some of the top watches for me right now. Obviously, Tesla's on there as well. I did just make a ass of money on Tesla. That doesn't mean anything, but I'm not trying to fucking just jump into it because it ripped. That's not a reason to get into it. Now the mechanics and the analysis begin again. If you guys are dropping requests, put a $ next to it. Just makes it a little bit easier. Johnny, these are on the watch list, not the take the trade on Monday list. All right. Like, oh God, I don't. SQ up right now is what I'm looking at. All right, so let's Jesus Christ, these requests are going in ham. I'm gonna have to speed it up. All right, so 24-hour time frame. I am not making a prediction, but kind of. I think based on the fact that we, oh my God, it's so beautiful. The first red candle to our left tapped 145.64. You didn't get a really, like, you didn't see a rejection like this, or a rejection like this, or a rejection like this. You just got a little red candle. Now, this could turn into a leg down, where if you pay attention underneath you, you've got, come here, bastard. 1, 2, 1, 2. So this could carry on again, fall, retest, and reclaim and move out, right? So we'd have to dive into a little bit of a lower time frame to kind of dive into how does this happen. Now, first of all, the price action on Oracle is absolute, utter garbage. It's garbage, but it does have an uptrend. So, and it does have structure. Box. So why are we down here on the hourly after I just said that there is a rejection off of the top on the 24-hour? Because as soon as we get to a solid conclusion of what we're looking at on the 24-hour, we zoom in like fucking doctors to see how do we solve this problem. And the same dynamic that I'm telling you on a lower time frame with the 50% box. Look, box, 50%. You bounce off of it. It's the same as below, so above, or whatever the fuck hippies say, right? So right now, 143.35 would be one of the nearest bounce levels. If that breaks, you might be in for some trouble to the downside. But you do have a straightforward break point at 145 up above us. All right. VKTA. What the fuck is that? VKTA. No. Hold on. Dyslexia just hit. All right, VKTX. Oh, it's Viking. It's therapeutics. No. I'm just kidding. All right. Okay. Not bad. As far as these therapeutics companies go, this could be a lot worse. Beautiful structure, surprisingly. Now, what's underneath you? Nothing. That's an issue. That's an issue because you don't have any floors on the weekly time frame. As far as now, or as far as this chart is concerned, as of right now, it doesn't have any floors. We'd have to go to the 24 hours to see if there's anything different. And in the 24-hour, we have a microscopic fucking box right here. And so if Viking Therapeutics does not hold that $47 level, I think there's a good chance that you will be legging down. But that may not come until you get a retest of the floor up above you. Typically, not typically, almost every time you break something, you typically retest it before moving lower. And with that being said, you've got a box forming right here. So anything over 55.85 and that retest is almost guaranteed. Got into PBS last week. I'm looking for Roku. Ah, yes. If you guys are new, also, if you do get the pot, if you guys are looking to get some of these gains, if you're looking to be an independent trader, welcome. If you're looking for signals and you want someone to feed you every single day, you can hit me up when you hit the same conclusion that every single other trader does. Oh, I should just be able to follow him blindly. No, this is a system. You're smart enough. Quit letting these people tell you that you're not, but you're smart enough to fucking utilize the strategy. There is a literal farmers, mechanics that operate in this strategy, and they are independent, and they do post in the gains channel consistently. And they are making money that they don't have to fucking work, or they can fucking let some of their businesses thrive by allocating some funds there. So, but DM me if you get the PBS workshop. You have to DM me because I got to send you the link. All right. Anyway, moving on. What do we got? Amazon. Now this one, woo, we're really, really glad that it did not break because this gives us an opportunity to try to get in. Now it did leave that 24-hour structure, and we're gonna go ahead and just reset everything. Actually, hold on, maybe jump the gun there. Hold on one second. So let's delete this, this. So as far as the 24-hour is concerned, this is going to be considered our box right here. So underneath us, 196, and it's really, really simple. Like, this doesn't get really much simpler. We're looking for a straightforward break over $200.94, 91 cents on Amazon. That's it. Otherwise, if this is something where we break out, and I'm looking at 205, by the way, 205 target on Amazon to the upside is what I'm looking for currently. So, the guac grobbler, damn, man's got a dedication to guac. I love the 8-hour time frame. Listen, I'm not going to shit on that because I actually looked at it the other day, and I think it might be something I end up implementing later on. Everything I'm doing right now is working just fine, but it's something I'll look at kind of like on the side. So, all right, let's keep it moving, guys. Amazon looks good. Dell, however, not looking as good. Now this one, I did talk about a 50% mark in between this empty space. So you have empty space in here. We wicked off that 50% mark. Inside of any area of empty space, there's going to be a 50% mark. This also, unfortunately, for anybody who's bullish, could have possibly just created a pretty hefty downtrend for Dell. But that's only speculative as of right now. What is the signal for more downside is really, really straightforward here. 133. You can see a giant wick coming off of that. And so if we do pull back, so as you can see, whenever you break out of an area of consolidation, you don't want to fall back into it. You did do that. And you're punching through the 50% mark, which is going to drive you down to 133. And this is going to break you down even further, where you're then looking at another box directly underneath you, and probably Dell will be sitting at 121. GTLB. Now that's interesting. Now that's interesting. Now that's simple, right? This is not fucking rocket science. Like, and this is where people will start staring at setups that they're just not ready yet, or you have to wait, or maybe they just look like shit and they're like, I like this company. Well, that company doesn't like you, and it doesn't care about you, and it doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care if you lose all your money on it. So just focus on these beautiful fucking technical setups, right? We have empty space like we like right here. We have empty space right here like we like. And what did we do? We moved through it. Now, it took a multitude of days to do so. So this is going to have a direct impact on what type of contracts I would take. I would obviously be out like a month just looking at this directly. But then at the same time, I also have a beautiful floor and what I would consider to be a beautiful trend here. So we're looking for a break over $56, and you're looking for basically a target of $65, and that's going to come right around there. So, all right, RTX. Now that one, ooh, okay. So you came back down, you broke. So this is a punchback, folks. What you're looking at was a box. The 50% mark is broken. You've built a box above you. This could be beautiful. For anybody looking at RTX long, you've bounced off of that box. Whenever you bounce, you have one goal. Your goal is to go back up and recover whatever floor you lost. That floor on the weekly is 103 or 104, right? Move down to the 24-hour. We can see this a little bit clearer. We can now see, yes, we are bouncing, in fact, and we need to move back over 101. So how do we get to that box up above us? We're going to go and break past 101.72 and go up and move into that 104 floor. This is at the same time more than likely going to create, you guessed it, a fucking downtrend. So that is what you're going to have to break. The 50% mark of 106 will give you a punch back. I would even say to watch that 108 mark, but that's what I'll be watching on this one. This will be uploaded to motherfucking YouTube. All right, so it's hard to believe sometimes that these things can fall this hard. But again, this is where empty space comes into, comes into play perfectly. Right now, and I'm looking across the board here, it almost seems inevitable that we'll be around $71. That's what seems the most clear to me on the weekly. But then I move down to the 24-hour. Let's see if we can see anything different. Okay, so now let's go ahead and draw a box around this small area of consolidation. Hey, Ellie. No, ma'am. Thank you. There it is. So right now you're looking for 73.50 to bounce. And honestly, this is empty space. This is something to look for. This will recover. This will recover. Listen, it's Nike. I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down, folks. Be sure to tap your screen, guys, if you're on here. If we can get to like 50K likes, I'll trade live on Monday. We'll see if we can't start the week off with some bread. All right. What do I trade on? TradeStation is the brokerage. All right. So anyway, if you are watching Nike, I've got a box for you. All right. This box has a special present. That present is money. Look, it's beautiful. It doesn't need any explanation. All it needs is a alert right there at the top of the box at $77. So that way, if we miss the bottom floor, it needs an alert under, right? 74.80. And that's it. Now I move on. Um, yeah, I don't look at any news, brother. No news on my charts. So guys, and again, you guys can ask some of the people inside of my Discord. Some of them are not believers. Earnings, news, it's all built into the chart. The fact of the matter is that 99% of everybody in the market is looking at the daily time frame. We are not ever looking at the daily time frame. It is irrelevant to us. So I'm struggling to pick strike prices. Love you, 10K. If you're in the Discord, shoot me a DM and we'll write that down, and I'll hold a class next week. And we'll integrate that question into there, okay? I don't even look at smart money, guys. I don't look at smart money. Listen, I wouldn't, I'm not trying to tell you to not do something because I just want you to fucking fail. I'm telling you this because this is where I've come. This is where I've ended up at, is that it's mechanical. That I could just look at the chart and not worry about anything else except for my entry, my exit, my stop loss, and focusing on the mechanics. And 9 times out of 10, with Tesla, we've been watching this setup for months. It consolidated for 26 days, like it does typically on average. And then we took it for that break over the 50% mark, and then news came out. So again, all right. So anyway, I like Nike. All right, I'm just trying to see. All right, Nicola's going to take me like 2 seconds, bro. First of all, hate this company. Doesn't matter though. It is probably extremely low on shares. This is one area that I will look at how many shares or how much of the float is shorted. You do have empty space up above you. You do have a median target right here at 14. So 1482 and 1760. You have flat flash dumped. And so how are you going to get there? And where's another good entry? I can already see there's a box here, 4-hour time frame. There it is. Damn, that was pretty good. I impressed myself a little bit on that one. So we're looking for a break of 1045, stop loss 1111, and empty space all the way up to that 1450. Looks good. DXYZ. What the fuck? All right. Destiny Tech. That's the name of my rooster. Now that one had a pretty sizable rejection. It looks like it, instead of just rejecting and falling, it's trying to build some sense of an uptrend that could be happening right now. But I also see a 4-hour box here, and that's going to be the trigger that gets you to the upside. It looks like you're already having trouble kind of breaking that down. I also have a box underneath you right here. That's what you're bouncing off of. That's 1418 and a breakdown below 1370. You will go eat that empty space, and a break over the 1575. I would be looking at new highs. But honestly, this isn't a liquid piece of crap. So at the same time, when you look at things like the weekly, you are just quite simply in a nasty range. And that's going to be tough to trade in. All right, MDWD. So I don't see any of the key characteristics that I look for in a chart. But I do see some interesting components. Like a low volume area of consolidation and a pretty significant break outside of it. Now, my first thing is, what did we wick off of? Why is that wick there? And I'll literally just place a line on that wick, but I can see quite clearly that there's a 1, 2, 3 floor. And so 2415 is where we needed to break. Underneath us, it was 1875, or is 1875. So this is definitely one that I'd be looking at this lower time frame. There we go. So you're good. You just need a 1975 retest and you need volume to kick back up in gear. If you open up underneath that, or if you lose that floor, you're probably in a little bit of danger there. So hopefully you left some structure up above you. You did not. But you did create a really wild looking box. I'd be looking at that box. All right. Trying to give you guys solid analysis. A lot of you in here. Empty space. Once again, first green candle to our left is where we stop. Beautiful. We look below us. What's below us? This right here. Super simple. Pull back, retest. This is just what I described to you on that other chart. Almost to a T. Now, do we have a channel? I think we do. Don't like that. Oh, I'm on the hourly. I don't know why I'm on here right now, but that's interesting in its own right. Let's go to the 24 hour curling up. Now, this is typically a characteristic of something that could either build a box like you see here. So this could be a future area of consolidation. The only way that we'll know that is by seeing how it reacts to $13. Above $13, I believe this is all-time highs. So I would just be looking to go long. $15 being the target. I'd probably be out at least a month on that stock. CVS. Nope. Gotcha, bastard. Nope. Stop. Rewind. Gotcha, Calvin Hill. Fucking scammer. Holy shit. This guy has 305. Oh my God. This scammer has a 305,000 fucking people following. That's a bot profile for sure. So I had to block the Potterbox recordings. If you have purchased the Potterbox, you can DM me. I'll send you the link. You'll have the Potterboxes for the rest of your life. Those recordings, all 3 classes will be available to you forever. You also get a month in the Discord. If you get lifetime, it's all included. Or if you get yearly, it's all included. All right. Cat or CBS. Sorry. Now this one's going to be fun because it does have empty space. This is another one of those ones that might not be ready yet. But when it does do its thing, it's going to cook. Why? Same reason that I've described on every other chart that I've given you. Because there's only one thing that I do here. So we have well, there's actually a couple pretty promising things here. Weekly, we have not lost our floor. So as of right now, there's not a promise of any downside unless we lose 55.33. I can already see that there's a box right here. This is going to come in handy. 24-hour time frame, okay. Whatever channel that was, probably not complete. But I do have it looks like this is the 50% mark of the box that we previously, yep, it is. So we broke out from this box. Now we're coming back to retest. So as of right now, you're looking for a 57.75 daily candle close. This honestly could be a fucking phenomenal play. Everybody. This could be a phenomenal play. It's setting up to do what we want it to do. Now, channel-wise, I think I'm okay with this, right? At least for now. If we can bounce and recover, we're looking for a punchback, right? Over that 60.84 and a move up to that 65. So it looks pretty good. Durton. Yeah, I have a lot of videos on YouTube. On average, how long does it take to go through the PBS? Listen, man, everybody is different. And I know that listen, I know this is a weird concept, but the more you focus on the material and less about the time frame that it's going to take, probably the quicker it's going to go, but the better that you're going to come out of that education course with you're going to come out more refined. Because if you're focusing on just getting through it, you're gonna end up going and learning some of the lessons that I teach the hard way. So I think, you know, again, on average, I could say maybe for people to get through it, maybe a month, maybe 2 weeks, to fully comprehend it. I mean, that's a question in itself. I've had people do it in 6 months. I've had people do it in a year. I've had people doing this for 3 years that are just now breaking. But the dynamic here that's really kind of the main kicker is, have you already learned about other strategies? Because when you learn this, you kind of have to leave everything at the door. So, but yeah. All right. All right. Let's see. Can you please talk about how you draw your boxes? Yes, I can. Really quickly, if you're wanting to learn how to draw the boxes, you're going to look for the first green candle close on the bottom of whatever area of consolidation. Here, I go with this one. That's 57.75, right? Typically, I'm also looking for points of contact. Tap, tap, right? These things validate it, tap. Same thing with the top. We're looking at the first red candle. Sellers control the top, buyers control the bottom. So at the top, we're typically going to go with either points of contact, 1, 2, 3, or the first red candle close in that box. For example, these would be the first red candles here at the top. No problem. All right, cat is the next one. So cat in a nice, ooh, shit. Me. About to be a cat in heat. This one's got Riz. I'm sorry, I'll never do that again. All right, so we've got 335.45. The reason that can anybody here guess why I like this setup? No, I don't trade on the 24-hour. All of the setups that I find come from the 24-hour time frame because those give me the biggest returns. If it's a higher time frame, bigger move. Lower time frame, smaller move. I use the lower time frame to get into that space or into those 24-hour setups. So the reason that I like this setup is because of the area of consolidation. We are in a box and it has been far too long. Cat does not like to be in the box, not for too long anyway. Box, break, box, break, box, break, right? Box, some move, box. Need I say more? Box. Now that one's to the extreme, but let's look over here. We're looking for 335.50. That alert is already set. Empty space up above. Floor right here, 338.68, and a straight shot up to 350. So if you chart on the 24-hour, what kind of trade do you take? Typically, it's going to be a day trade / swing trade. Okay, so let's get, yeah, can you give us an example of how you enter on a lower time frame for the 24-hour setup? Michaela, I'd love to. So right here, let's go ahead and establish a couple things. Right, one, that it's 335.34. I've got 2 wicks. Typically, I want to go with the candle close, but I've got points of contact, and that's 2. That's enough for me. So I move down, 4-hour time frame. Does that line stand up? Yes, it does. 35.50. Now, again, still focusing on the top of where the candle actually closes. All right, now things are starting to end up being a little bit more clear. So I'm going to now drop this down here. 1, 2, 3. Same concept. That's where we rejected. Okay, 333.40. Got it. Now I know what I'm doing. Now I also want to go to my bottom, and I want to smack. I'm sorry. We got to stop. I want to go over here to the bottom, and I want to place a line on it. Some people don't belong on the internet. Now I will say this is typically where you're going to get a downtrend. But that's just, let's not ADHD out of here. So now that I've kind of gotten this to a hourly or 2-hour hourly time frame, and I've come to 2 solid conclusions, that 333.50 is break 1 and 335.25 is break 2, and those are the 2 areas that are in need of breaking. Now I move down to the hourly. So now I've established that 325.35 is in fact a strong floor underneath us. So if we do fall there, that's where we could be expecting a possible bounce. Now this is not, okay, so now here's what I can say. Cat on a lower time frame doesn't show as clean of a setup to the upside, or doesn't show that it has the boxes or the structure to give it that break quite yet. So what it's more than likely going to do is try and lose this floor right here at 325.50, pull back, and then go through and punch it again. So looking at this right now, I expect this one, it's going to be tougher because the setup is not there, and that's actually good. So what I just explained to you, or how I just moved down, is how I know, or how I find whether or not I should be getting into this trade. So let's take Tesla, for example. Tesla, beautiful example, actually. So Tesla, right here on the 1st of July, opened up above cost basis. We have a rule inside of the Discord, inside of the system, that says if you open on top of cost basis, your first immediate move is to resistance and probably beyond. Okay? So that's one of the first rules. So boom, that's established. 4-hour. I then move down to the 4-hour and I look for that same exact mark. What are we looking at? 2-hour. Okay, so this is July 1st, right here. I'm going to show you how I enter. Right now, everybody pay attention. So now that I'm on the hourly, and I know where I'm at, and I can split my chart up, and I have Tesla over here on the 24-hour, and I know that I'm right here, okay? So that's what we've got down pat. Now, I'm on the hourly over here, and I see that we have a structure, right? A Potter box. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that lower time frame setup to show me the same clarity that this does. Box, 50%. If the 50% is broken, we make a new high. If this 50% is broken, we make a new high. So I move down again, right? I'm going to go to the 15-minute. Can I find a good entry here? Same thing, except for this gives me multiple entries. Let me explain. So in pre-market, we give you a wick off of 210, right? 210. So now any resistance that I see, two rejections off of 210, I'm going to utilize that as a stop loss. But I think right here, looking at the hourly, is pretty much where this trade sets up the best, because essentially you have a box, you have a stop loss at 211.50, and you're looking for a punchback or a reclaim. And a lot of people will either A, take the entry here, here, and then set stop losses as it leaves that box. So if you're, Zorro, you're hilarious. Yeah, and if you guys are looking for this strategy and you don't want to pay anything, or you just want to know whether it's worth your fucking time, from start to finish, I have a Potter Box workshop. If you just want to see, hold on 1 second. Right here, the Potter Box workshop introduction. It's a 3-hour long video where I give you a rundown on each part of the workshop and what I'm trying to convey to you. So that's 3 hours. There's another one, right? I think that's 1 hour and 50 minutes. 2 setups right here, 1 minute and 44. There's plenty of resources. Potter Box strategy right here, 53 minutes. So you've got plenty of options right there. From there, obviously, you can go and take the workshop. You can join the Discord. The workshop is $250. So, why do you want to help us out? Because I'm a petty son of a bitch. A long time ago, like a really long time ago, I was looking to learn as well. I purchased a workshop from some dork named Aristotle Investments. I Googled some of the contents of that workshop and found that he had copied and pasted every single bit of that course from Investopedia, and the only thing that he had done is insert emojis. He then got on live later on before I could say anything and left his mic on hot while he was talking to somebody about how people were too fucking stupid to do this shit, so he just sells them the free information and that they're too stupid to go and look for themselves. So I am underlying maybe a little petty, and also probably, yeah, I would say pettiness is probably the root of this. But this happened, I mean, it then kind of snowballed into finding like Starboy and like seeing that he was pumping and dumping options, and then American Dream Trading and Team Bull and all these dudes who are just selling fucking basic ass information. And then I started seeing results from some of the people that I was teaching. And then seeing that I could change somebody else's life without fucking scamming them, without bullshitting them, without fucking having them trying to make them fucking pay more and more and more money. So yeah. I am from American Dream Trading. I hope things are okay. He don't teach. Damn, dude. Yeah. So anyway, that's why I do what I do. I like people, man. I'm not like a normal person. I think I have issues, but I like interacting with people, and I like helping people. It is fucking a nice thing. And I also have a strategy that's easy to fucking teach. I don't have to make shit up. I don't have to make up reasons why I'm doing something. I can explain to you why I do everything that I do and teach you how to do it for yourself. Yeah, Starboy, we got to shout out Starboy because nobody would have known my name. So shout out Starboy. I appreciate you doing shitty things. You know, hopefully you're better now, but yuck. All right. American Dream Trading, dude, you don't have to call me coach or chef or fucking anything, dude. That shit's weird, dude. We're all human beings. All right, so let's keep charting here. We've got an hour and 23 minutes down, about an hour, 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and clock out. All right, so I bet you $1 million. I win $1 million. Cost basis, $55.55. Box up above you. Easy to explain. Empty space up above you. Keep your eyes on, keep your fucking eyes on this setup. Now, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I can tell you this. It certainly fucking pisses sellers off when you wick them below a sell signal and then close it right back up above it. That pisses them off. But we can also see, and this is such a, the first green candle to our left typically represents the floor that you need to go and reclaim. So after the bounce, you popped up, you moved through the empty space, you retested structure, and sellers got mad and they pulled you back down. And they said no floor. So you are currently in a battle, and we can go ahead and draw a box. There it is. Look at that. 56.11 and 58.50. That's south, that's north. Candle open below that floor at 56, I say you fall more. If you open up or push over 58, you're going to piss off sellers, and I think you move through the structure, and I think that we aim for, not a little bit, a lot. I think we aim for 71 and 73. And if that breaks, holy fuck, you've got a very small box here, and that 78.50, or excuse me, 73.50 and 79.50, straight up. Listen, mark my words, this will get touched again. It will. You just got to be patient enough to wait for that shit. FedEx. What's up, my boy? All right. Weekly time frame. All-time highs, right? I think. No, wrong. Where are we at? Cost basis. As per usual. What's below? What's above? Whenever you hit a target, your first question is, what's above me? What's below me? What's below me? It's a me. All right, if you just chill out, brother. Hold on, I'm talking to my chart again. All right, we're gonna try and move this box. There we go. All right, now what are we doing? Staying above this. So watch for a bounce off of 289.75, and ultimately the most important level here. Listen, this is the sell level, 284.67. Watch for a bounce off of this. You are at your buy signal. 302 should give you a punchback, and you should be looking at new highs. How much is the Discord, and is the Potter Box included with? Yeah. If you get the yearly, you get the Potter Box, lifetime Potter Box. But monthly, and if you're brand new here, I know it's cheaper, but you get a month and the Potter Box Workshop with the Potter Box. I don't recommend joining my group. I don't recommend paying me any money until you have gone through this education and or you've educated yourself on going through my YouTube. If you've gone through my YouTube, I can't control what you do what you do. But ultimately, I want everybody here to understand clearly that I am not offering signals. There are very many people who follow my analysis and they get winning trades, but the goal of my Discord, and I don't need your money, but the goal of the Discord here is for you to become independent. So that's got to be something that you want to do before you join. Okay, it's just that simple. You got to believe that you're no different than some of these fucking assholes out here that are trying to pretend like they know what the fuck you should be doing. All right, so anyway, with FedEx, I think this one's simple on the weekly. I think on the 4 hour, it gets pretty simple as well, but it does call for maybe a little bit extra analysis. So there's a box forming here. I would suspect it's going to look something like that. If that falls, or if you lose this, I see 290.50 on the 24-hour time frame, you then are going to give sellers access to a lot of empty space. And so that would probably look, I would be looking at a possible retest down to 275 at that point. So it is important that FedEx bounces and goes and breaks this high. Now it didn't reject flat out, and that's typically a good sign. So are you looking into earnings, Potter? So any WD-40. What is WD-40? There it is. So I'm going to answer this question really simply. Okay. How does it move on earnings? Earnings, big rip from 236 to 250. Okay. This is all of a sudden becoming a candidate, right? Big rip afterwards. Flat. Now, so what can we take away from this chart, right? First of all, this was a fucking punchback. All right. You dipped below the box. You punched back through it. Beautiful. But what type of dynamic do we have to carry into earnings for that to happen? So I see that being in consolidation is step one. Here on earnings, you get a dip and rip. It doesn't respond as well. Earnings here, big rip, pretty decent rip. And this kind of dies off. And I believe this is October. So not as hot there, but let's look at what we got going on here. So we're not really in an area of consolidation, and we haven't really touched the one underneath us. The one underneath us looking like that. There's a very small box that you're hanging out above right there. Wow. I love how the system, no matter what I do, it always ends up being correct. That's because the market is mechanical. You've been lied to. $211.50 is the box below you that will drive you into the box around 203. At the same time, I can see that there is a channel that is formed on this stock. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Very good. Guys, this could be a big play. 1, 2, 3. Potter box above. 1. We'll go ahead and give this one 2. Punch, punch, punch. So, I mean, honestly, I don't see a reason. Yeah, I mean, I could see 247. Oh, 50K. All right. I'll be live tomorrow morning on TikTok. Thank you guys for 50K. INTC. Holy shit. You're there. You guys know how to do this. You guys know how to do this. Those of you in my Discord, you guys know what this shit is. I don't have to say it, but I'm going to say it. But you don't. I know most of you guys would clap this shit if it works out. Now, we're going to go ahead and come to the conclusion, right? Or go ahead and say we are in a box. So we have to break that range. But there's a special little dynamic here. We were in range since May 23rd all the way till July. So for a solid month, you sat in a box. You're now leaving that box and you're at resistance. So we're going to go ahead and give that box, right? This can happen and does happen. You are looking for a break above Friday's high of 32.26, and you're looking for a move all the way to 34. We're going to split that distance up in half, and that'll be 33.33. So 33.33, target 1, and then 34, target 2. And you got an hourly setup and an hourly candle close there. You got empty space. But this is an easy setup for you guys. Bro, Crypto Quincy just launched a coin. Oh man, I'm not that guy, man. I do have a course. It is called the Potterbox Workshop. You can find it on. Listen, I'll fucking go to my grave standing behind this one thing. I worked really hard on this shit. I did 3 separate classes. I recorded them all. You'll have access to all 3 of them, and you can listen to them forever. I'll never take them away from you. But the vast majority of people who take this fucking are profitable. So, and again, it's not something that I have to prove to you guys. I mean, I'm not just going to say that I can do something and not show you, but you guys take a look at this gains page and you tell me, look at the percentages. This isn't abnormal. 766%, right? 136, 179. I don't see a percentage on that one. 161, right? 20% on his whole account. 102%. Look at these fucking percentages. 606%. This is a trade that we called out, right? Look at this. Look at these fucking insane. 4,200% on the Tesla trade that we took all together because we all use the same fucking strategy. right? So I'm not trying to show you this because this is not abnormal. 553%. Look at this shit. Look at these fucking percentages. It's insane. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud that I fucking created something that's real. 393%, 428%. Oh, 62%. That's still okay though. Nice $1,000 on the account. Look at this shit. $6,000 in a week. Oh, you are Rusty. You are Rusty the Trader, Scammer 73. Why would you name your fucking profile that and you're only following one person? Jesus Christ. So I had a guy that I taught and he really just couldn't become profitable even though he knew the information. His name was Rusty the Rod, and he is literally here right now trying to fucking troll me. Him and his wife are trying to scam a bunch of people. It's really, really, really sad. He left my group because he couldn't fucking be profitable. And now he just hates on me. Even though we're literally looking at people changing their fucking life. Look at this shit. $22,000 in a fucking, you can't turn me against Josh Howerton, dude. I know that guy's cool with me. But we'll go ahead and mute you so that way you don't have to leave, but you can't talk anymore. That's always so fun. I love doing that. But anyway, back to it. Look at this shit. 1,800 fucking percent. Unfucking real. $7,000. I mean, we could do this all day. It's not. My system is the shit. Everything. 100% is just like where we trim. So anyway, let's keep moving. We eat. We fucking eat. ASTS. Oh, ASTS. Listen, please sue me, bro. I got too much bread sitting around, dude. That's just not doing anything. Sue me, bro. I got too much time on my hands lately, so I welcome a nice case. My lawyer's been bored. ASTS actually has a pretty, as far as 1, 2, 3 approaching that top, go ahead and place a candle close right there. That's 1218, 1215. You're going to want to stay above that structure. So that's the 24-hour time frame. Weekly time frame doesn't honestly offer as much promise, but you are close. I see 1424 straight across the board. Beautiful target, 1430, 1424. Listen, you guys could tell this guy that I cured cancer and he would still talk shit. So, yeah, listen, I made so much money last week, dude. I just don't care. I couldn't care, dude. Honestly, I'm kind of glad that there's haters here right now. This just kind of gassing me up. Blue Phoenix, I'm not sure. Shoot me a message. I think I did the wrong one. Chad crew in the house? Hell yeah, dude. Tell them to come on in, baby. Maybe they might learn something. Maybe I can set them free. Maybe they can stop getting scammed and fucking buying into somebody else's creation. Anyway, this is a liquid piece of crap. It's sitting on a floor. I honestly wish I could give you better analysis. I don't think there is any better analysis other than you do have empty space up above you to 0.0002 cents or 20 cents, and you're sitting on the floor of 0.000.4. So I don't know, man. All right. 100K likes and I'll trade all week. I don't think I'll be live long enough to get us there, guys. You guys. El Como, you've never been inside of my Discord, baby. Sorry. That's why you keep repeating your message, because you're praying. You only have 1 follower, dude. Come on, bro. You're really bad at fucking trolling. Get better, dude. Get better at trolling. All right. I need some better trolls. Call them. How do you join the Discord? Go to Simple Stacks. Google Simple Stacks Investments. Simple Stacks Investments, Discord, and you can click on it. Discord bot list right there. Pretty easy. All right, move forward. I want to slam out some charts here. Blue Phoenix, DM me on Discord, and I will try and get that thing unblocked. AVGO. Ooh, weekly time frame. I'm going to go ahead and say, obviously, you're nothing as of right now, right? All I can say, so if you're new here, I do top-down analysis. I go from the weekly, come to a conclusion, move down to the next level, move down to the next level. So that way we have a solid understanding of what's above and what's below. So now moving to the 24-hour time frame, that area of consolidation is getting a little bit more clean, but I'm starting to see a few signs that we might have to adjust some things. So number one, this is typically what a downtrend looks like when it begins, right? Looks like that. We'll move to the 4-hour here, kind of investigate this a little bit further. Okay, so you do have a floor up above you that needs to be reclaimed at 1790. 1790, that'll be a Potter box right here. You're looking for a reclaim of that box. The way that you pulled back tells me that there's probably a good chance that you can. You do have structure underneath you as well, and that's going to look like this, right? So a couple of retest levels, moving down to the 1-hour. How did you fall? How you fell is going to dictate a whole lot. Okay, yeah, so I'm kind of sold right now on this being a retest level, 1670 down below you. Unfortunately, there is very little structure until you get down to like the 15 minutes. So if you are trading and doing live analysis tomorrow, I would say that the 15-minute is probably the best time frame for me. It also is showing a clean lower time frame downtrend that feeds into that higher one. So it's probably going to look something like this. I do see a pop over 1714 up into this 1744 area. So, oh, look. All right, hey guys, give Potter empty space to floor. This guy wants your attention so bad because apparently Rusty Rod's Discord is so much better. My God, he has nothing better. Imagine this. I bet you he is sitting on his couch. His air conditioning is broken. He's sweating just a little bit. There's a bag of chips somewhere to his left or his right. He didn't finish his lunch, so that's sitting on the table. There's flies on it. TV probably replaying something, and yeah, he's just sitting on his phone, fucking. And then every time I block him, dude, he's like, "Fuck that guy!" I can feel it, dude. I can literally see the image playing into my brain right now. Nothing. It's just one of my old members who is so descriptive. Yeah, I can see it, brother. All right, Wells Fargo, baby. Wells Fargo. Haters get paid. Oh my God, my empty space and my 50% mark on my box is just not true. God damn. Why doesn't this shit work? Somebody help me. Right here, 50%, you hit that retest level. You're going to look at the floor underneath you. You have structure underneath you. Right there. Yep. All right. Now, what did you bounce off of? You bounced off of exactly what you're supposed to. The top of this structure right here. So that's your no-no square. So you can kind of color code. I don't do this a lot because I don't like to switch back and forth, but for somebody focusing on 1 or 2 charts, right, you could make that red. Don't fall there again. And then obviously, I mean, this, okay, so you are actually stuck between 2 signals. Now we can break it down on a lower time frame to kind of figure out how does this play out, or how can we make sure that, or decide on one or the other. So we're bouncing off of the floor. We fall underneath that, we're looking down. If we bounce, we have an area above us at $61. If that breaks, we're looking up. So go to the 4-hour. Oh, shit. Now check this shit out. Now watch this shit. Watch this shit. Box. Right? Just like that. So we got a nice box. That cost basis is basically $60.85. So we're looking for, and this is just beautiful because guess what? Empty space. There's almost a guarantee that if you pop up above this opening candle of 59.73, you will go to this floor 60.24. If you can break through this and break through that 60.75, you should be looking at a new high, and you should, oh my God, I didn't even see this. Look, lower time frame box right there. They're stacked. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So why, again, I didn't just make this shit up, guys. I didn't just make this shit up. I started staring at the market, and I hated the fact that I had bought somebody's course and the fact that I had found that it was all copy and pasted. And so I started looking at the market with no indicators, no nothing. I mean, I had indicators, but I didn't really look at it, anything other than bare bones. I let the market show me how it moves rather than just making up some fucking indicator or following somebody else's understanding of what they think. I'm looking for something specific, and I've found that empty space is easy to move through. I found that if you break through the 50% mark of any box, you will continue moving in that direction, and if you do so on a higher time frame, you'll get better returns. So weekly candles, daily candles, or 24-hour candles, these are the strongest setups. All right, so Wells Fargo, that's what you got. Walmart, let's look at Walmart. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Okay, so man, 71.45, top of the channel, all-time highs. Don't have much for you other than when you break into all-time highs, we're looking at the structure below and above us. You've got a retest mark at $69. You closed at $70. So you're probably going to be needing to move down to a lower time frame to see what's above you, what's below you. And we can see this hourly box forming already with a floor of $69.75 and a ceiling of $70.05. So that's what you're going to be utilizing. If it pulls back, watch for that retest off of 69. You do have a 50% market, 69.35, but I would be looking for something that looks a little bit like this. Right? Build a box, lose the box, pop the box. What's up, Alex, Alexa, Alex? Can I please check NQ? All right, I'm going to do the QQQ. I don't even think I can pull up NQ right here. I don't think, oh, let me see. Maybe I can. Oh, I can. I find it easier to do this on a lower time frame, but I'm just going to go ahead and say this. You have a beautiful box underneath you, 24-hour time frame. The top is 2278. You've got the 2-hour box, right? That kind of helps describe what you've got, an empty space underneath you. So inevitably, we will probably come back down at some point to retest this structure, but it looks a little bit like this. And like this. And we're going to throw a channel in there as well. So watch this and this. So I think if we can pull back and if we get a strong enough move with PAL talking and all of the data that we have, I think we get a strong rip right around 21K. So again, Forex Factory, we got a lot of juice. This is all. Only thing I agree with you on is calling out that American Dream Trader Group. Okay, thank you. Oh, you have your own trading group. That's why. Yeah, dude, you can't disagree. Sorry. I mean, no offense, I'm an extremely competitive individual, but nobody cooks like me. If I thought, and I say that because, you know, this is a confidence-based thing, I'm not looking at anybody else's analysis, and if I thought somebody else was better than me, I'd be using their strategy. Haven't found that yet, so anyway. Oh, yeah, we can go heads up anytime you want, baby. We could go, you know what I think would be a little bit better, is we go Discord member for Discord member. Like, you show me your Discord's gains and I'll show you mine, because again, that's essentially what you're here to do and what I'm here to do. And I mean, I could just give you a sneak peek of some of the things you're looking to compete with. One of my favorite examples here is a trader that I didn't create, but I helped create an independent trader. He does not need me anymore. $13,000 at the beginning of the week, then finishing strong with a $43,000 gain, 630%. Shall I continue? Gains averaging well above 600, 500, 100. 100% is honestly a benchmark for us. That's like when we trim. 400%. I mean, you can scroll. It will scroll even farther just to prove that it's not a fluke. Look, 2,000, 7,000%, or 700%, 900%, 2,000%. Yeah, I don't think you're eating my lunch. 375%, 671%, 136%. 18K in a month. Let's scroll up a little bit more so we don't not being biased here. Look at that, 21,000%, or 2,100%, excuse me, 2,200%. Right here, nice 8,000% on the week, 6,500. And then the next day he actually made 7,500. Here, absurd games, 500%, 89%. Is not that big actually. 203% on his account in 1 week. There's some members from American Dream Trading. We call that the American Dream Refuge, right? American Dream got so mad that I told his members that he could come to my Discord that he tried to get me banned off of WAP. 708%. So anyway, it gets real in this motherfucker. We really. All right. Anyway, let's keep going. I got a few more charts in me. I honestly, I just love this shit so much. It's so much fun. The fact that I'm actually able to change people's lives, not waste people's time or money, and that, I mean, again, I'm teaching something that somebody can take and fucking run with for the rest of their life and use for investing, for trading, for fucking whatever it is, selling options, buying options, doesn't matter. It's all in there. All right. DKNG. Thank you guys for the likes. Discord is 120 bucks a month. But I really don't like people joining the monthly. It's not my favorite thing at all. I'd rather people try the Potterbox and then see if they don't need to pay me ever again. A lot of people just use that month with me and the Potterbox, and I've never seen them since. They only post in the games page. Are there questions allowed in the Discord? So I'll do you one better. Instead of questions, you're actually allowed to speak. So you can open up your mic during live trading. Yes, questions in the live question. You can DM me, and if you guys look in, I mean, I'm not going to go through all my DMs, but you guys can go and see that. I mean, I answer as many people's questions as I can, but we go in this live trading right here, and where you guys see me talking right now, we got a, and yeah, you hop in there with us in the morning and unmute your mic if you have a question, and I will chart it. All right. Ah, great trader. Not fast enough, baby. I'm just kidding. DKNG building a box. You got a box underneath you right now, looking at this and the empty space that it's providing. I see a bounce either A, 35.50 and giving you a punch back and then a move through this empty space. I see 1, 2, 3. I see 1. So you might just come down for a flat bounce. Oh shit, my bad. My bad. Mm-mm. 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 No, no. All right. It's in the laundry room, and she can be let out. You're not imprisoning the dog, are you? No. Cured oil? What are we talking about here, Hunter? I do have a yearly subscription. Yearly and lifetime comes with the Potterbox Workshop. All right. Oh man, no. I don't speak French. No French. Sorry. You can go to simplestacksinvestments.com. All right, we're gonna do two more. We're gonna do two more SMCI, and then guys, this will all be uploaded to the to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is right here. Again, if you guys want to just kind of get an idea, the Potterbox Workshop is going to get you straight where you want to go. This is all obviously a lot of really good information. I mean, you got 3 hours here. You got basically 2 hours here, 5. So that's 5 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours. There's 8 hours of free fucking data. Rudolph, if you're trying to learn how to get started, that's what the Potterbox Workshop does. Okay. All right. So SMCI, the simple and long and short of this is you're in a box. You're in a weekly box, and that box is pretty much, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, it looks like it's going to go short. And that's just what it looks like. Ooh, what the fuck? Oh, shit. Yeah, Chris records all of my notes, by the way. I don't do this all the time, but if you are in the Discord and you ever want me to send you the transcripts to the analysis, Chris records everything and then actually breaks it down with AI. So it's pretty cool. Right now, this is the box that we're looking at. And I see a large wick coming off of what could be a second high. So you got your retest. And then, hey, Ellie, open that door. Because Coco doesn't need to stay in there by herself. Back with our bedrooms. All right. For a little bit, yes. Has anybody ever been profitable from just the free workshop? Yes, they have. If you go to the gains page, you will see people who have gray names. Their names are not green. And those are people who are not inside of my Discord, and they are actually posting gains. Yes. The Coors guy that I just showed you, he took that course, and he is no longer, he doesn't pay me anything either. So, Oh, has anybody? Yes, there has been people profitable from the YouTube channel, and I would encourage you to do that first. You don't need to pay somebody always. If you have the motivation, or if you honestly, if there's certain personality types that do better independently, and certain ones that need that extra guidance. So you just got to know who you are. Anyway, you got to bounce off the floor. You got a rejection off the top. So as of right now, the analysis is at a standstill. We are waiting for a break over $900 to kind of give us an idea of where we're going to be heading next. All right, because we have a box below and we are currently fighting with the box above, right there. Beautiful cost basis, 870 and 783. I just finished one of your 50-minute Potterbox videos on YouTube. Jake, nice job, brother. Il ne parle pas français, est un analyse de crypto. Dude, French ain't that hard. I could. It's not about I don't do French analysis. I don't know. I was just kidding. I use a TradeStation as my brokerage. All right, let's do. I've already done XOM. How to join my Discord? Go to Simple Stacks Investments. Go to Google. Everybody do this right now. If you want to join, here's how you do it. Simple Stacks Investments. Google it, and then click on the Discord bot list where you'll see Join Simple Stacks Investments. You can also go to my website where you can purchase one of the memberships that will give you access to our Discord and all the live trading. So, how did I get started? By losing $80,000 of unrealized gains and almost losing my mind. But at the end of this, I ended up creating this strategy, and it changed my life forever. My life has never been the same. I'm incredibly grateful to be where I'm at. I'm blessed, man. Fucking incredibly blessed. Kid and strength, I know, man. I'm sorry to anybody. I might have to do like an American Dream date. I need somebody to be a crash test dummy inside of American Dream Trading and just comment that out. Just be like, Potter Stocks is offering 25% off for all previous ADT members. That'd be fucking amazing. All right, anyway, last one is Disney. Guys, this will be on YouTube. I probably did the ticker that you're asking if you're just jumping up here. Disney is another stock that might need some time to cook, but it's sitting on structure and it's doing exactly what it ought to do. It bounced off a cost basis and it's sitting on a lower time frame floor, or sitting up against. So as I said before on a lot of different other things, and I think this one goes up, guys. I think this one fills that empty space, punches over this mark, and gives you a move straight to $99 and fills that empty space. So honestly, if you have a small account, and I have the small account challenge I'm about to rock out with, I'm pretty positive that I would take this trade over that 99.40 and up into that structure up above. So, all right. I thank you guys very much for tuning in. How did you find supply? I don't do any supply and demand. I use one strategy here. It is the Potterbox Wolves of Wealth. Dude, you guys, listen, I'm going to say one more thing before I go. And again, I offer so much free material out there, you don't have to pay. But most people want it all consolidated. They want it all in one place. They want me to explain it to them. I get it. But at the end of the day, if what you're doing does not work for you, and you see your peers around you struggling as well, stop, reassess your situation. In any other aspect of life, if you were paying somebody money and expecting certain results, as long as you were giving it your all and trying your best, and it's still not making sense after 6 months, after 3 months, you should be able to fucking see the same things that we see. After 6 months, you should be I mean, again, this is not a benchmark for everybody. But for those of people who are new, Blue Phoenix, I'm not reading supply and demand in the charts at all. Zero. None of that. At the end of the day, the majority of the people who take this workshop are successful. So if whatever you are doing is not working for you, move out and look somewhere else. Just like you would for a stock, you're doing analysis, right? Talk to the other people. If nobody else is getting it either, it's time to move on. That person is not fucking with you. Guys, Potter's Empty Space here is back again with his, I believe this is fifth or sixth profile. Dude, you live a sad fucking life. You live a sad life, man. I hope things get better for you. I'm pretty sure you're Rusty Rod. Your Discord is trash. You probably have some good things going on in your real life, but your Discord's trash, which is why you're here and why you're trying to roast me, dude. You just can't fuck with me. You can't fuck with me, dude. There's nothing you could do, nothing you could say. It's not $499 a month. The dude's that guy right there is hates my guts because I'm better than him. All right. Yep, no problem. You guys have a wonderful night. This will be uploaded on YouTube. Yes, the YouTube is right here. Right click. The YouTube is right here. All the educational videos are pretty much up at the top. I encourage you to please watch these, leave a comment. If you have questions as you're going through this, write them down, and I will get to them, obviously, if you shoot them in the Discord. 2 setups, Potterbox Breakdown Live, Potterbox Workshop Introduction. It's all there, guys. That is another profile. Look at this, guys. Another fucking profile. That is madness. This guy has a mental disability. That's crazy. I remember you killed it on FedEx. Yeah. Is Trade Station the same place you're drawing boxes? No. This is Trading View. Yeah, that guy is sad, man. But, I mean, I'm doing really well. And a lot of my Discord is doing fucking really well. So, right here, Simple Stacks Investments. Simple Stacks Investments. That's my shit. That's the 7th profile. How fast are you? Dude, you should fucking get a job making profiles, dude. That's crazy. Guys, it's not $4.99. I just said for the 1,000th time, this guy is just fucking trying to fuck with me. He's not, though, because, again, I just had a bunch of iMembers make fucking $50,000, $60,000 in one day. You can fucking snack on these. Snack on these, baby. All right, guys. It's like Rusty Rod or Rusty Trades. Yeah, if you guys want to go fucking roast his ass, please, I encourage you to fucking... but dude's just fucking reselling basic information that you can find on YouTube, so... Just wait. Yeah, right. He's got his fucking... all right, last thing. Actually, I don't know why I missed this. PayPal looks amazing. PayPal looks amazing. You are up against your trigger. I did go over this earlier. You're up against your trigger. That's your cost basis, the 50% mark of every box, and you're looking for a break over that 50% mark, a break over 6080, and empty space all the way 6331, 65, and 6680. He spins on rods, dude. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next live. Peace out. All right. Young Garlic, welcome. If you guys are looking to join, please DM me, and we'll help you get in there. All right, guys. Peace out.